Mr. Eric, thank you so much, and over to you.
Thank you so much, and good evening, everyone. My name is Masweneng Mokolwane Eric from Mpanama Village in Sekhukhune East District, Limpopo Province, South Africa. I am so excited to be part of this session, and I'm so proud to see everyone taking part in this session and to see the attendance from my country and elsewhere in the world. That makes me feel proud. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the organizers, to say, keep it up, because the world is a place where each one of us should play our part, should make sure that we collaborate to bring about better society, better communities, better countries, better continents, and better world. So I am so pleased and I'm so proud of that action that we've undertaken as a collective responsibility of each one of us. Now, I also want to take this opportunity to thank Professor Dr. Sihan El Kafafi. She has been my colleague at the Global Education Network when I was still the Continental Director of Global Education Network in Africa, whereas she's the one in Oceania. So I'm quite excited to have met with you, Ma, and I'm proud of your efforts, your activities, your responsibilities to build a better world. I just want to take us to our theme this session, because our theme in this session is about building capacity for global competence. And that is what has brought us here. I want to rest assure you that transformative roles of teachers will be optimized in this era. In our time, we will definitely arrive at making everyone globally competent. Now, according to the International Commission on the Futures of Education, teaching is a better collaborative profession. That is what everyone knows about it. We are collaborating here, and it is because of teaching that has brought us into this session. Now, teaching is also a lifelong learning journey, wherein our professor has been mentioning that we need to bring about workshop, continuous workshop, consistent workshop, so that we can at least empower one another, either on weekly basis or on monthly basis. Now, teachers will be well equipped to teach remotely. This is one of the most things that can never be avoided. We cannot avoid that we are in the 21st century where each one of us should be able to teach either synchronously or asynchronously. Now, teachers' engagement in decision-making and public debate on education will be improved. We know that there are different barriers that Professor El Kafifi has just mentioned, but we know that we shall overcome. This is one of the hopeful messages that I'm trying to bring to you, or that United Nations has also brought to us. Now, education workforce will be professionalized, trained, motivated, and supported, so teachers can transform themselves and become agents of change. Now, this is one of the most important messages that United Nations is bringing to every one of us, to say we can overcome, we can be professionalized, we can be trained, we can be reskilled, we can elsewhere be motivated to bring about transformative ways, transformative approaches in teaching and learning. Now, for a teacher, or for us to become globally competent, we need to bring about multiple projects or multiple approaches in this profession. Now, what are the features of innovations that we as educators need to do? Number one, openness. We need to be able to listen. We also need to be transparent leaders as educators. We also need our leaders in the education sector to be transparent. We also need to be creative thinkers. So we need creative thinking. So Professor Siham had just mentioned earlier on that time is the most precious resource that we have. So we need to manage our time efficiently. We also need to change our behavior. We also need to cultivate the culture of inquiry, which is questioning. We also need to encourage risk-taking, wherein as educators, we need to try new things out. We know the system might not allow us, but we need to try new things out. We need to renew our innovations. Every day we need to bring about new ways of approaching. And we also need to renew and reward innovations. Because as leaders in the education sector, if we don't reward those who are bringing about new methods, if we don't give them applause, if we don't give them the rewards, then ultimately their efforts might be hindered because of just a mere thing being not complimented. Now, we also need to challenge the status quo. We can't just say it's okay every time. We just need to bring about an effective ways of saying enough is enough. We need to move on. We need to transition. We need to transform so that our education systems can change. We also need to learn from our mistakes. Like Professor has just mentioned earlier that educators are transformative practitioners. So in so doing, we need to reflect on our activities. We need to reflect on our efforts. We need to reflect on our duties. We need to reflect on our responsibility to check as if or on whether we are making it or we are losing it. Those are some of the most important features that we need to be so that we can enhance global competence through innovation. Now, what are the features of innovations? Now, we spoke about a number of innovative ways in the previous slide, and now we are looking at design thinking methodology. Design thinking methodology will enhance global competence because in so doing, we will be facilitating different ways, different skills that are equivalent to the needs of the 21st century. Now, remember,